Every year on the last full weekend of September, Durham, a town of less than 10,000 people, bursts to over 200,000 visitors for the annual Durham Fair.
Good afternoon, my name is Dan Miramont, president of the Durham Fair. The Durham Fair, probably the most important thing to me is that it fosters a sense of community spirit, brings this town together, and has been doing that for generations.
We take pride in featuring over 1,000 animal exhibits and over 9,000 exhibits from personal skills to the giant pumpkins. As we begin our countdown to the 100th Fair in 2019, we celebrate the centennial of where it all began on June 16, 1916. At a meeting of the Durham Grange, number 57, held June 3, 1916, Brother Robert Bailey of Haddam Neck Grange gave an interesting talk on forming an agricultural fair, and a committee of 4 were appointed to receive the opinion of the townspeople and report at the next Grange meeting. On June 16, 1916, the committee reported favorable, and it was voted to hold a fair in Durham, and the same committee continued to serve. The first committee meeting was held with Mr. and Mrs. George Stone, June 21, 1916. At a meeting on August 2nd, it was voted to form an association with a membership of 50 cents yearly to be called the Durham Fair Association. Membership entitled manufacturers and exhibitors the privilege of exhibiting on the grounds. It also entitled anyone to exhibit any article or articles they desire. The first fair was held on October 4, 1916, with the admission charge of 25 cents for adults and 10 cents for children. Over 2,000 people flocked to the town green.
I've been with the fair all my life. I came to the fair when I was 10 months old, in a pram, probably. I don't remember. And I've come to every one ever since. So that's a long time.
The fair only began on the town green and has grown to 40 acres owned by the association.
The first fair I remember was the one after the war. And it was up here on the green. The horse pull, the ox pull, the horse show, that was all down there. And down there we had our rides. It was a merry-go-round. That was it. And we were so excited.
When I first got involved was when they moved most of the stuff here off the green down below. And the dairy barn built there in '71. There was the Midway went down there, the major entertainment went down there. And that's when the fair really took off.
The growth of the Durham Fair has been undeniable. 2,000 attendees to over 200,000 in recent years. Local bands to national headliners, Durham Fair operated food concessions to 35 nonprofit groups, allowing them to earn hundreds of thousands of dollars for their organizations. But the one constant that makes the Durham Fair a standout among others is the unwavering commitment of dedicated volunteers to make Durham Fair the best agricultural fair it can be. A strong sense of pride in our association, the community, and indeed the fair. We are one of the largest all-volunteer fairs in the country.
It means community spirit and community involvement.
Like most folks that move to this town, people typically find out the Durham Fair is the biggest thing in our town of population of 7,000, and they typically get involved in what's really awesome about the fair is new generations year over year get involved with the fair, and they actually keep the fair alive for us. What we've tried to do for the last 4 years is really go back to our agricultural roots of the fair. We've been trying not to let the fair get too commercial and focus more on really the roots of the fair, in this case agricultural.
Without a single question, the Durham Fair was a success. It brought the community together in a common interest and stimulated friendly rivalry in exhibitions and production. It showed the visitors and strangers what Durham could really do, as well as prove for itself and for other towns the practicality of the fair as a factor in the development of community interest and community life.
The fair has put Durham on the map. People know about Durham because when you speak about it, they say, oh, the Durham Fair. And they're absolutely right. I love the fact that it's a community-wide gathering and that all of the civic and sport organizations, they are able to raise the money through their activity at the fair to support their efforts. It makes Durham.
With the leadership, commitment, and passion of hundreds of volunteers, the Durham Fair continues to bring our community as well as its neighbors together and look forward to what the next 100 years brings for our beloved fair. Thank you to all our volunteers from the past 100 years who have made the Durham Fair Connecticut's fair.
I can always be found.